G'day Fight You 360 fans, it's your wonder from down under here, Big J, Jason Fletcher, and I've got one of the boys that I've spoken to before, one of our middleweight contenders and former Australian super welterweight champion, Joel Camilleri. How you going today, Joel?
Yeah, doing good, man. Had a good day, had a recovery day today, so nice and relaxed.
Yeah, mate. So actually, it's been a bit of a fantastic news for you because you're actually on the undercard to the Jeff Horn-Tszyu fight coming up on the August 26th of this month up at the Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. Mate, you must be pretty rapt to get this opportunity.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. I moved up here over a year ago. Only had one fight, which was last year in October. And because of COVID, my last fight got cancelled, man, 3 days before. So, yeah, to get a shot like this on the biggest show, probably one of the only shows for the year, it's very thankful.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be a great show because you've trained with Jeff Horn in the past and you fought Tszyu. So,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I mean, if anyone knows more about these two, that's yourself because you've been doing a bit of sparring with Tszyu of late, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 spars in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's been going real well. So you're on the undercard now against Adam Copland. His record's currently 5-1. Apparently, he's a big fella. Do you know much about this fella? Is he part of? I think Glenn Rushton might have mentioned his name to me once or twice when I've spoken to him. Is he on his team? Because I've noticed that there was a few New Zealand boys that were on the card that had to bow out because of COVID, and it looks like it's an all Australian card, which is great.
Yeah.
So do you know much about this fella that you're fighting? And how much?
Adam Copland, he does corner Jeff Horn. I think he trained Glenn back in the day in the amateurs, but since then he was training Chris McCullum for a bit, and now he's training with Luke Melton, with Steve Della at Fortitude Gym, whatever they call it. He's a super middleweight. Haven't seen much of him. Seen one of his fights with that Matteo Tapia. He's a tall dude, he's a big dude, and it's his first time down to middleweight, so cutting a bit of weight, and he's saying he's going to overpower me, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So just tell us, how did the opportunity actually come your way? Because I know that you... no, go ahead.
It's pretty funny, well, it's not funny, but one of his sponsors, Steve Scanlon, is a good friend of mine as well, and also Glenn Jennings is the manager of Tszyu, and they all speaking to Matt Rose, who obviously promoted my fight with Tszyu. And my name got mentioned, Adam Copland's name got mentioned. They go, mate, why don't we put this fight together? And I was talking about staying at super welterweight, which I was going to do. But the opportunity came up, they offered his name. I said, what weight? And they go, middleweight. I'm like, yeah, make it happen. So, yeah, Glenn Jennings spoke to Matt Rose, then spoke to me, and we had it made in about a day or two.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the card right now. It's a strong undercard. We've got Liam Wilson versus Jackson Woods. Now, Liam Wilson had that fantastic knockout last fight in Melbourne, I think, before the COVID broke out. I'm just looking up who he knocked out because that left punch was just fantastic. I don't know if you saw it. That's against Jesus.
Jesus Quadro, I'm pretty sure his name was.
Yeah, that's right. And he was out before he hit the ground, and that was an absolutely fantastic punch. That was on the let me just look that was on the undercard too. I think it was one of the Aussie boys. That's right. Hang on, let me just have a look here. I'm just trying to figure out when that fight was against Jesus. It was an undercard, I think, to someone that needed. As soon as I look it up, I'll remember it.
Yeah. I've never dropped a tail or before that day. I actually don't know.
No, I don't think it was.
No.
Let me think. I'm just looking it up on BoxRec now. Just going to get it up. Jay Mitchell, that's right. Yeah, Jay Mitchell. Yeah, it was Jay Mitchell. Yeah, he was fighting. Stan. Can't pronounce the fella's last name. Yeah, that was an actual very close fight that Mitchell actually needed to win at super middleweight, and he didn't come away with the win. He got the loss, but Liam Wilson put himself on the map big time with that left hand in the 5th round, just KO the poor bugger before he hit the ground. But yeah, that was a fantastic.
Yeah, Liam Lawson's a very talented fighter, and he's got huge potential, man. He's very composed. For the amount of fights he's had, I think he's had maybe 6 fights.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
The kind of class that he showed. That guy who he fought had I think a split decision loss or a draw to what's called Diaz, Joseph Diaz, his name is.
Yep.
Who's the current world champion right now. So to put that guy out so quick and the way he did it was, it shows big things for him.
Oh, fantastic. So I'm just looking down the card. Isaac Hartman's fighting Jamie Weech. What went on with you two? Because I was saw on Facebook that you two were going to fight each other. That didn't happen, and now you're on the same card.
There was talk between us. They contacted me saying, he kind of called me out, and I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll fight him at middleweight. And we spoke, and then his manager called me, and let's be honest, he offered me the deal that you might take you had one fight in your life, or if there was a more title offer, or something was offered, but yeah, he gave me a terrible offer. I was very offended by that. It's to their own. I know my value. They know my value as well. So the offer they gave to me for that, I said no. Then Isaac Hartman came out. So I was looking for my purse, and I just stepped back and your purse. Come on, man. It's up to a promoter to organise a fight. The purse, what's happening, what you're getting for it, and what's going to come out of it. It's up to the fighters. And once I got that offer, I just kind of turned my head on them, man.
Yeah, fair enough. And ironically enough, you're going to appear on the same card, but oh well, we'll see what happens.
He said, mate, you've lost your chance to appear on the card. Next thing you know it, I'm on the card. I've built my name in Australian boxing. I've worked hard at being pro since 2012, and they know I'm going to sell a lot of pay-per-views. I'm going to bring attention to the fight, and there's no one out there who promotes themselves better than I do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with self-promotion, mate, and you're pretty good at it. So,
yeah,
that's right. So, now once you get past this Adam Copland fella, what's next? Are you actually going to go back and fight Otto, or are you going to actually move on to international competition? Well, I suppose with COVID, we can't do anything at the moment, can we?
Nothing against Crow, he's a good guy. We've known each other for a while, but there's nothing in it for me. Even for this fight, Adam Copland, he's a tough dude, whoever else and that, but you got to be real with yourself. I've got 25 pro fights now. It doesn't matter how big he is or he's meeting me at a certain weight. I'm going up, he's going down. I'm there to beat him. If I can't beat him, I'm getting nowhere. So after I beat him, I'll go back to my new manager. He's on board now, Peter Maniatis, and we'll go back to super welterweight and start contesting for some regional titles.
So you've got a new member on your team, a new cup man. Tell us about him and how that came about.
Frankie Pianto, I've known him for a long time. He's actually from Victoria, Bendigo, and I fought one of his boys growing up. We've seen each other around the traps a few times. When I got to know him a bit more up here, just after the COVID situation, well, it's still going on, but when it quieted down here, and I've been training out of his gym, training with Farris, who's actually been working with Frankie as well. And I don't know, I'm always at Eastside Boxing Gym with Frankie and Farris and just, training down there and that. And I really respect Frankie, not just as a person, as a trainer as well. And I mentioned it to him, how I haven't got a cut man with us. And he goes, mate, I'm going to come in, whatever. And then I hit him up pretty much yesterday, and he goes, you've been honour. And I said, mate, I've been honoured to have you in the corner.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's just the way it works out. It's a symbiont circle. One benefits from the other, and everyone wins. So fantastic.
Now, in boxing, man, it's about having a corner that's on the same level as you. Not like in everything, but as in you got the same kind of mindset. You need a corner that's going to believe in you and they're going to tell you the right things, and they're on your side 100%. And I've got Dundee Kim as my head trainer, Faris Chevalier as my assistant training, works with me 3 times a week. And then I have Frankie as well, who is always there, helping me out a bit as well in the gym, and he's always giving me great advice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So now this fight is actually going to be on ESPN, which is going to give you worldwide exposure. You must be bloody chomping at the bit and pretty wrapped about that, because initially this fight was just going to be a national fight that may have been picked up, But now that ESPN, in particular Bob Arum's keeping a very close eye on it, it's a huge chance for you guys to shine. What are your thoughts on that?
100%. You know, it's a main event. I've appeared on main event twice, you know. Once on a Happy Monday Undercard in 2014, then headline my own show with Tszyu in 2019. But, you know, it's a massive show. I'm wrapped to be on it. But at the same time, as a fighter with my experience, it's just another fight. If you look at the fighters, oh, it's a big event, oh, I've got to do well, everyone's watching. It just puts unnecessary pressure on yourself. So I'm in good shape. I'm going to come in the best shape of my life, and I'm going to go and get the win. That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah. Now, with the actual venue, have you ever been to Townsville before?
No, I heard it's humid though.
Yeah, well, for someone that lived up there for 6 years during my army service, it'll be, August is a lovely time of year, so it'll be about probably 24, 25 degrees at night by the time you get into the ring. It actually won't be that bad, but it'll certainly be a lot different to what you're used to in Brisbane. I mean, Brisbane and Townsville are a lot different.
Okay.
A lot different in weather. I'll tell you that from experience. So, I've lived on the Gold Coast. I've lived in Townsville, and they're vastly different. Once you get to the tropics, everything changes. So, my advice would be get there 2 or 3 weeks early to get used to it. But that's
2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, it depends when are you actually travelling up there for the fight?
Well, the thing is, the fight's on Wednesday. I know Jeff Horn and they'll be going there probably at least Thursday. They're going to be there at least 6 days before.
Right.
But I'm still deciding when I'm going to go up there. So so no one goes there more than the week out before, and like you'd understand that the promoters are going to pay for the accommodation. So the more days you have there, the more you're going to pay. But then the day, I want to get there pretty early as well, so settle in.
If you get a chance, go for a run along the Strand in the morning. Fantastic experience. About 7 o'clock in the morning is when you want to go for a run along the Strand. It's great.
Okay.
Fully recommend it.
Yeah. So you reckon that Brisbane that different than Townsville?
Oh, the humidity is, yeah. I mean, Brisbane sometimes it gets cold in the winter. Townsville doesn't get cold at all. There's no winter in Townsville. It's either wet season or dry season. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's the tropics. I mean, you being a Melbourne boy, you've never experienced it. It's vastly different.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. Well, I've been in Brisbane for 13 months now, so I'm getting used to a bit of the humidity. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Townsville is. Then, end of the day, we're both from Brisbane, so no one's at an advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's going to go there. I'm fit. My lungs hold up pretty good, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's going to be a fantastic event, and I look forward to you because I'm spewing that I'm stuck in Victoria. I can't get to the fight. Yeah.
It's shouting. My parents, especially my mum, my dad shouted too. My mum's so passionate about my boxing career, and for her not to come, she'll be cursing right now.
Yeah. We'll have to stay at home and watch it on main event. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. So with the main event, so the last time I spoke to you in regards to Tszyu, Jeff Horn, you said Jeff was going to get over there. Have your thoughts changed on that, or are you still sticking with Jeff?
I don't think I've ever said that Jeff's going to get over Tim. I've never said that.
No?
No. When I spoke to you last time, I thought that that was Jeff versus Michael Zarafa. I said Jeff brought his toughness, he will get over Michael Zarafa. But can you hear me still? You there?
Yeah. I've spoken to that many people. I must have got me facts wrong. Some people, it's about 50-50. Some people say Jeff's going to win. Some people say Tim's going to win, and that's fair enough.
I haven't actually spoken to you since the fight's been organised. But my thoughts are that you can never count Jeff Horn out. Okay. No. He's tough as nails. He's got the experience, beating some great guys and stuff. I also think that Tim is one hell of a fighter. He's got one hell of potential to get very far and be a world champion one day. So what I believe that the first few rounds, Jeff will trouble Tim. Put him off his game. If he can hurt him early, then he's in for a chance, and he can do what he does and smothers Tim. But Tim's very sharp, very precise. He will catch Jeff on the occasion, so it's a real 50-50 fight. I don't want to really call it.
That's right. You said that last time we spoke. You did say. I remember you saying that. Now you did say you didn't want to call it. It was a 50-50 fight. Yep.
Yeah. If Jeff fights the fight of his life and roughs Tim up and does what he has to do, then he's got a chance. But if he lets Tim fight his fight, then Tim wins the fight. So it's like, it's pretty much who can fight their fight.
Yeah, exactly. Because Tim's very composed. He's very methodical. He's he picks his punches extremely well. He's got great composure, and Jeff will get in there and and maul you if you give him half the chance. He's very very hardened fighter. He'll take a lot of punches, and he proved that against the second fight in Zarafa, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a great spectacle. I'm glad that it's in Queensland and it's actually still going to happen, which is fantastic. There's been little to no problems in Queensland for COVID, which is great. We're all excited to see. Well, I'm going to have to witness it from afar, which is unfortunate. But there's nothing I can do about that. Unfortunately. Well, hopefully once all this COVID thing clears up and things go back to somewhat normal. I can be front row centre at your next big fight. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, see how we go, man. I'm hoping to get another fight by year's end. See how COVID clears up in Melbourne. Otherwise, I'll be fighting interstate again.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that's on the cards that I know of is the potential Mundine Zarafa fight in November. That's the only other thing I know that's happening between now and the end of the year. There's no other fights that I know of that are coming up.
Well, look at the promoters right now. There's Dan Lonergan, there's Matt Rose, who are running decent shows. They've got Angelo Di Carlo running shows up in Queensland as well. There's a few shows that are coming up here and around. So the Melbourne one you've heard of, because it's the only one they can possibly make in Melbourne if it works. But I don't know that will happen because COVID's not looking too good down there.
No, it's not. We're getting 400-something cases a day, and there's the death toll is nearing. I'm not quite sure what it's nearing, but I think we had 11 deaths or something today. So to have a fight in Bendigo in November may not happen. Who knows? But we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, but mate, appreciate you talking to us again, mate. Just get out there and crack out this Copland fella. Like, we wish him the best of luck, but we're throwing our support behind you, mate. And when you move on to bigger and better things, keep us on tabs, mate.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. I'll just turn that off. Oh, that